conservative new media viewers, Jeremy Lin fans, and LA Lakers fans around the world, what is going on? Man, that was an incredible game, wasn't it? I'm sure it wasn't feeling too incredible if you're a Los Angeles Lakers fan, but man, just from a pure basketball standpoint, that was an amazing game. The Houston Rockets won this game 107-105 in a thrilling comeback that honestly I didn't see coming at all. I thought that the Los Angeles Lakers blew this game, and this is a devastating loss for them. More on that in a little bit. The Lakers were up like 10 points in the fourth quarter. Houston outscored the Lakers by 12 points in the fourth to get the win. James Worthy, Hall of Famer for the Lakers, said following the game that LA gave up at the end and that the Lakers have no killer instinct. Whew. The Houston bench was unreal in this game. 59 points. We will talk more about them in a second. Now, we have a lot to talk about for both teams, so let's get right into it. First of all, Jeremy Lin. Jeremy struggled in this game. He struggled. I know there's going to be a lot of Lin fans that aren't going to understand why he wasn't playing more, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Toney Douglas played great in this game. Amazing in this game. And he got more minutes, and I'm telling you right now, Kelvin Sampson, the acting head coach for the Houston Rockets, made the right decision. And here's the reason why that is, in a quick nutshell. This matchup for Jeremy Lin is really bad, and there's two reasons why that is. One, it's a very, very fast-paced game. Mike D'Antoni's offense, when you're playing against it, is boom, 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 boom. 7 seconds or less is what it was called in Phoenix, meaning a shot's going up in 7 seconds or less. The reason why that's bad for Jeremy at this point in time, there's a couple reasons. Number one, his ball handling needs to get better. So when the game is sped up, it puts more emphasis on precise, excellent ball handling. Jeremy needs to still work on that. He's a lot better than he used to be, but he still needs to work on that. So that's reason number one. The game is played at such a hectic pace that your ball handling must be extremely good, or you're going to have problems. And Jeremy had a little bit of problems with that tonight. The second reason, Dwight Howard. The reason why I say Dwight Howard is because Jeremy is quick enough, even in a fast-paced game where his ball handling might be an issue. He's quick enough to get by his man, but Jeremy's great at getting layups and close shots at the rim. Well, not when Dwight Howard's there, he's not. So that's the second reason. You have an outstanding shot blocker, and you have a very good shot blocker behind him in Jordan Hill. So both of those things are problems. The third reason is because Jeremy's shooting isn't all the way back from the knee injury, and he needs to improve his shooting overall. So what happens in a game like this is the floor is very spread out and everything is really, really quick. So Jeremy is basically, his dribble is getting hassled when he has the ball in his hand. He can't finish at the rim because of Dwight Howard, and he's being left wide open to shoot, and he's not hitting shots. So this is the worst matchup for him in the league. There is no other team that will give him more problems except maybe the Miami Heat because of their perimeter athletic defenders. But this style, this system, complete with Dwight Howard, is the worst matchup in the league for Jeremy Lin right now. So I'll say a little bit more about that in a second, but there's nothing to be worried about if you're a Jeremy Lin fan. All this did was it exposed a little bit of what he needs to work on, including his confidence. He's still getting his confidence back. There's going to be a lot of people saying Toney Douglas should start. No, that's nonsense. This is one particular matchup. This is one matchup, and that's all it is. So don't make more of it than what it was. Houston's bench was amazing in this game. I made a note early on in this game when the Lakers were just pounding the Rockets in the first and second quarters that if Houston was going to win this game, they were going to have big performances from Carlos Delfino and Toney Douglas. Delfino because he can hit the shot, and he's made for this type of play because it's bombs away from three. And Toney Douglas, because of what I said about Jeremy Lin, I realized this is not going to be a good night for Jeremy Lin. And they were huge. Both of those guys were huge. What I didn't factor in was how well Greg Smith was going to play, the backup center. He played phenomenal. Here's the numbers for the Houston bench. Toney Douglas, 22 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Clutch shooting, clutch free throws down the stretch. I know he missed one, but he played great. Carlos Delfino, 15 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, made some huge buckets. Greg Smith, 21 points, 9 rebounds, career high in scoring. He was enormous on both ends in this game. He played great in place of Omer Asik. Again, Asik is not made for this style at this point in his career. When I say that Jeremy Lin and Omer Asik are not made to compete against this style, I mean at this point in their career. There will come a time where their skill level is higher, and they will be able to do this. Jeremy's dribbling will get better. Omer's offense will get better, etc. They're just not there right now. And if you're competing against people like Dwight Howard and Kobe Bryant, who have, particularly Kobe, has a higher skill level, if you're running and gunning, you might get, it might not work really well for you. And that's what happened with Omer and Jeremy tonight. Houston should not have won this game. They should not have won this game. I want to say that again. Houston should not have won this game. Jeremy struggled. James Harden was 3 of 19 shooting. 3 of 19. I mean, that is, like what is that, like 15%? Houston as a team shot 38% in this game, and they still won. This is an enormous win for the Rockets. Huge. It doesn't get any bigger than this. And this is a dagger through the heart for the Lakers. This was a devastating loss for the Lakers. I mean, this is an amazing loss. Now let's talk about the Lakers. Kobe Bryant had a 39-point night. That got wasted. He's only 15 points away from 30,000. So that's going to happen in the next game. That's an incredible milestone. I'm sure we'll be watching it. Kobe started out extremely hot in this game, and he never let up. He had an incredibly clutch 3-point shot with around 9 seconds left in this game to cut the lead to 1. Yeah, he missed the game-winning 3, but I mean, what do you want him to do? The guy did everything. If it wasn't for him, this game would have been a blowout the other way around. Now, Houston was able to go to the hack-a-Dwight strategy late in the game, and it worked once again. Dwight did adjust near the end of the game. He actually hit 2 free throws in a row, but it was too late. Houston had already come from being down to taking the lead, and so you can expect every single team in the NBA to use this same strategy again and again until Dwight Howard shows that he can consistently make his free throws, which he is still not doing. LA started this game on fire. They were up by 17 points close to halftime, and they were up by 10 points in the fourth before Houston made their comeback. Anton Jamison got the start for the injured Pau Gasol, and he played great. He made Mike D'Antoni look good because Antoine was doing exactly what he should do in this role, in this offense, which is he is supposed to be a stretch 4, meaning he is supposed to be a power forward that can shoot from distance and spread out the offense, and he had some great transition 3-pointers in this game. He played exactly the way they wanted him to play. Now, again, Anton's 36 or 37. He can't play great defense. He's never been a great defender. But, offensively, he did exactly what was expected of him. And honestly, Houston wasn't able to exploit him very well on defense like some other teams might be able to because Houston's power forward position isn't that great. They have decent guys, but no outstanding guy. I will say this right now, and this is really important for Lakers fans, really important. To me, in my opinion, this game tonight proves that the Mike D'Antoni style may not work for this roster. Now, I know Steve Nash is out. I know the great Gatsby, and he's going to fix everything. And I know Powell might get traded for, Josh Smith or somebody more athletic. But what happened to the Lakers in this game was they were tired at the end of this game. They were tired because they were running up and down the floor the whole game. They looked great in the first half, and the second half they looked old. So I don't know if this system is going to work for this roster. It's more made for a younger team, just a deeper team, etc. If LA can't win a game like this against a team that it matches up well with in this style, and Houston they match up well with, then I can't imagine seeing them try to play this type of style against Oklahoma City, Miami, the Clippers, or the Spurs, teams that like to run, that are deep and have superior athletes and skilled position guys. It's going to be I think they're going to have to make real roster changes to be able to compete with those teams at a high level if they're going to play this type of system. And look, honestly, this is the only system Mike D'Antoni has as far as I know. So I would, if they're going to do this, they're probably going to have to trade Powell and get some more athletic guys and depth to be able to do this. I think this was probably, all things considered, the worst loss of the year for the Lakers. That they had Houston. This game was over. That it was over. Now LA is 8-10, and remember, this is supposed to be a championship team. This was a team that Meta World Peace said I think was going to go 73-9. They're 8-10. If you thought that LA and the Lakers fans were panicking before, you haven't seen anything. Now you're going to get a 4-alarm fire bell just going berserk. I mean, this is going to get crazy now. Again, for Houston, phenomenal win. For Jeremy, once more, just a tough matchup at this point in time. But I'm telling you, he's the happiest guy in the world for Toney Douglas. Jeremy is about winning, and Houston won the game. As I said before, there's no other team in the league that plays this type of style and has the personnel to do this and make it hard for Jeremy like LA does right now. But don't worry about it. This game doesn't mean anything. It means nothing going forward because nobody else plays this way or has the personnel to play it the way LA does. The only thing it might mean is that the next time Houston plays LA, you might see more Toney Douglas and a little bit less Jeremy Lin. But that's fine. That's just the way it is. It's like in American football, if you have a guy that runs option quarterback like Tim Tebow, if you play a team that can't defend it, well, you're going to use Tebow. But then for the other 15 games, you're going to use Mark Sanchez or whoever else. So it's not a big deal. It doesn't mean anything. It just kind of points out what Jeremy has to work on. Look, this was a phenomenal game. I feel bad for the Lakers fans. This is a tough loss, but for the Houston fans, this is an amazing win. That's it for now. Give us your comments below. Thumbs up, thumbs down on this video. We encourage you to come and join the Conservative New Media Facebook group. You'll find a link for that in the video description below the video player. You'll also find links to highlights of this game, game stories, box score. I am Paul at Villarreal, the NBA expert. You're watching Conservative New Media. We strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. We will talk to you again soon.